What's up, everybody? It's the Warleader here, and today I am so proud to announce that All Out War is officially available. Just to give a quick recap of how you can watch it, in the description there is going to be a couple links. There will be a link to BitChute, a site that is similar to YouTube where you can watch the full film, and then there will also be a download link for a few different versions of the film, each one which is in varying degrees of quality. Some of it is higher quality, some of it is a little lower quality so that it's easier on the download size, but they are all in HD. So you'll get a high definition experience no matter which version you download. The BitChute version is in lower quality because BitChute heavily compresses the video. So if you don't mind a 480p lower quality looking version of the film, then by all means BitChute is fine. But if you want the best experience, I highly encourage you to download whichever version you prefer. There's an MKV file version, the highest quality, an MP4 1080p version, and an MP4 720p version. Download whichever one is to your heart's content. But I'm going to talk about All Out War for a little bit after this. If you want to stick around to watch the video for that, feel free. But if you don't give a shit about me kind of recapping the experience of making All Out War, then this is the end of the video. Please, all I ask is that you just let me know your thoughts on the movie. Either on BitChute or comment down here after you download it or watch it on BitChute. Just let me know what you think, because this is my first movie I've ever produced, my first Warleader production, and I really want to get feedback from you guys. So, without further ado, please enjoy the movie. So, All Out War has taken, God, how long has it been now? Like, a year and a half, I think? Yeah. Jesus. It's been a year and a half of just, wow. That's a long time. That I think I might hold the record for the longest Walking Dead edit ever made. Shit. It's taken a really long time. There were so many different stages of developing All Out War, and I feel like sharing that with you guys, for those of you who are sticking to this part of the video, who are interested. I kind of want to talk about just the different stages of All Out War's development, how it started up, what inspired it, what it went through, all that shit. So, to begin, All Out War was inspired by a guy. Well, it was inspired by two things, but the first one was, I was inspired by a guy named Ivan Ortega. Ivan Ortega set upon himself to do like a 1 to 2 year project of redesigning Star Wars The Last Jedi, the worst movie I've probably ever seen, because it was shit. When he initially did that, that was one thing that inspired me to go, you know what? Fuck it. I kind of want to remake something too. And of course, my main content is The Walking Dead. But he also wasn't the only thing that inspired me. The other thing was the fact that Season 8 was shit. For those of you who haven't been on my channel for all the time that I've been on YouTube, I have some fans who probably remember this. Around the time of when Season 8 was coming out and I was making edits for it, I was on the brink of quitting The Walking Dead. Like, I had already started exploring, like, doing some Marvel tributes and stuff like that. I wasn't sure where I wanted to go, so I was kind of bouncing around, but I was this close to being done with The Walking Dead. The second half of Season 8 was better than the first half, and they kind of recouped some of their losses in some things. Like, the story writing was a little better. Just a little bit. So I was like, okay, I stuck around. And I thought if Season 9 went through the same shit as Season 8 did, I would be done. But obviously we saw that didn't happen. So, but the point was that, Star Wars The Last Jedi was the worst Star Wars movie I've ever seen, and Ivan Ortega redesigned that. So I thought, maybe I can do something similar. Season 8 was the worst season of The Walking Dead ever. I can redesign it. Obviously, two very different things, redesigning an already existing movie and redesigning a TV show to be a movie, but we'll get into that. When I first started out with it, I had no idea what I was doing. I had absolutely no fucking idea what the hell I was going to do, how I was going to redesign it. I just knew I wanted to. So, like anything that massive of a project, I just said, okay, let's just go for it and see what happens. All Out War begins with Aaron and Rick and Daryl and Morgan and all of them attacking the outpost. And we see, really, this is like the beginning, and it capitulates the theme of the film in that it is an all-out war of Rick versus the Saviors. And what better way to show that than starting off with a battle at the very beginning? You know, and there's a little time jump after the, you know, the Walking Dead intro plays, but that's basically where the battle starts, you know. So that's where I began, and that's what I worked on for a while. Eventually, however, the film did take some changes, and I met in some hiccups. Because what I initially planned to do after that beginning, I said, okay, so we'll basically omit episode 1, and then we'll just kind of follow the normal storyline and just compress it down. But I realized that was physically impossible, just about. At least the initial way I'd been thinking about it. I was initially just going to go, okay, we're just going to take the same storyline that the episodes went through and just shrink it. That was a lot harder to do, and I don't think I could have done it that way, because there was just so much to it. You know, there was, God, there's so much footage, I couldn't include everything. Like, episode 4, for example, I didn't even include it. I don't think there's a single scene from episode 4 in the film, which means that there were some things I had to cut out. Eventually, however, I decided, okay, what All Out War needs to be is the focus in on Season 8's aspect of Rick versus Negan. That needs to be the main focus. Because they're the leaders of these groups. It needs to be about them butting heads. So that's what I'm mainly focused in on, is the Rick versus Negan aspect. And I cut out a lot of stuff. For example, as I mentioned in episode 4, with, you know, the whole thing of Shiva dying, I wanted to include that. I initially, in my computer over here, had a whole huge, like, 40-minute segment developed specifically for that. But when I was developing the film and I realized, oh shit, this episode 4 segment takes up a huge chunk of the film, I had to cut it all out. That was probably the biggest setback in the entire film, is cutting out 40 minutes of content. That really hurt. Once I got that down, the rest of the film, I was able to slowly keep designing it. So there was a period where it was just like really hard to figure out what the fuck I wanted to do, and then I finally did. Another thing I really enjoyed fixing in this film was Negan, because Negan was such a clown in Season 8, and this was one of my biggest things I wanted to fix. He was such a clown, I couldn't take him seriously at the time. He didn't feel like the foreboding, ominous, badass, says fuck all the time, intense villain that he was in the comics. Like, he was portrayed as like a jokester in the film, and there's a way that someone can tell jokes and be charismatic and still be fucking intimidating. And they did it like shit in season 8 and even season 7 as well. But season 8 especially. Like, for like example, this line right here.
Now I see that you've got to go. Scorched earth, you dick!
He's not home.
Ugh, makes me cringe. The film fixes Negan a lot. It makes him an actual villain to be feared. Like, it's less focused on, okay, we need to keep these people alive and, you know, make them resources, and it's more focused on, alright, that's it. War at war, it's time for these fuckers to die. That's how I want Negan to be portrayed. Because I would think, if you're set to go to war, you're not going to continue to go, okay, we need to keep these people alive as resources. Like, fuck that. You said you're going to war, so you're going to fight. That's what Negan's mindset needs to be. So that's what I try and portray him as. I try and portray him as a villain, and I try and show that over the course of the film, he becomes more and more, like, angry and just pissed and ready to kill Rick until it culminates to the very end, you know? So, those are some of the main things. And then, of course, there's the music choice. Music choice was very important. I wanted the music to be so much better. I understand that not everyone's going to like the music. There's going to be some definite things that people are going to go, you know, not my music type. But that's okay. You know, it's a different take. Some people like what The Walking Dead does with its music. I personally don't. I think it's the most boring background shit I've ever heard. So I like the music to be more prominent in the film. I like the music to kind of go along with the scene instead of just being background noise to the scene. Like, when a beat drops, I want something to happen on screen at the same time. Now, that's partially because I do tributes, but the point is, I want this film to be powerful, and the music is going to help that go a long way. So, yeah, there's been a lot of shit that I've designed in this film, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I really do. I cannot thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. Just I can't. I can't. I don't know how to say it. I've been designing this for so long, and it's just thank you guys for supporting this film. If it was not for y'all, this film would not have happened. You know, it's God. I made this one. I had like what, 8,000 subs maybe, something even smaller than that. I didn't have many, and now we're at 18,200 something subs, and it's all thanks to you guys that I have been able to make this. You know, this is a non-profit project. It's been a pain in the ass trying to find a site to upload it to so that people who can't download it or don't want to can still watch it. BitChute, I would have preferred to upload it to YouTube, or I would have preferred it to be in high definition, but BitChute is the best option I can find. It's in low quality, so I apologize about that. It fucking pisses me off, but still, at least I found a site, you know? So, thank you guys so much for all the support. Like, the support has been insane for this film. Thank you again. It feels almost... It's so weird being able to say that the film is done, because when you do something for a year and a half, it kind of becomes like a part of your everyday routine. Like, I didn't work on it every day. I've gone months without working on the film before during the process, but it's always been on my mind, you know? Like, oh, I gotta find a site to upload it to, oh, I gotta redesign this, oh, I gotta produce this, so this glitch gets fixed, and now it's just like, I've still got, at the time of this recording, the video's uploading in Mega for download, but because I'm recording this a day before I upload it. But yeah, it feels weird saying it, but all that war is done. Anyway, I'm gonna quit ranting before I get more teary-eyed. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy the film, like I said, just let me know. That's all I ask. Now, you can let me know on BitChute, or you can let me know on this video. That's fine, either or. I'll read both. I'm gonna log on to BitChute regularly to check on the status of the film as the weeks go on, but criticism is fine. Even if you dislike the film, even if there's something heavily that you're like, this could have been done better, I want that because this is my first film. So, thank you all so much for watching. This is Warleader, signing off.